Hey guys, welcome to another Jamaican Tales video, a Jamaican living in Germany. On the journey to become even more Jamaican, the next big milestone is the federal election that's going to be held on Sunday, February 23rd. So just a couple days from now. I get to vote in this election as a new citizen. I'm excited about it to actually vote in the election, but at the same time, overwhelmed. And I'll tell you all about this in this video. We'll talk a bit about the German political system, the kind of climate that it is right now in terms of politics, and maybe a little bit about who I'm thinking about voting for. So stick around. Not long after I became a citizen of Germany, I think within like a week or two, I got this letter in the mail, notification that you've been added to the list of people that are eligible to vote. In this letter, it outlined, okay, where you should go to vote and the procedure. In Germany, it's possible to vote by mail, but I didn't know how to do that because I'm like, this is my first election, so good old way, go to the place and vote and see what that is like. Before becoming a citizen, of course, I was interested in the political climate in Germany and what was happening and so on with the elections. But now it kind of hits a bit differently because I'm like, I can actually vote in this thing. And I need to be listening and paying attention to what's happening. And it's also hard not to be alerted because you're bombarded following the news, and even on social media, it's the number one topic. So many things related to politics and the campaign all across the city, even within the very short distance that I take to go to work. I'm passing so many of these posters from the political parties where they have these big posters on the streets, or these that they hang on like these different posts, like the light posts and so on. When I saw the first posters and the flyers and so on going up, some of them just had like one word on it. Hey, this is how you campaign? One word on a poster. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with that? The German political system is complex, just how it's organized and the division of powers. In Jamaica, we have a two-party system similar to what we have in America. You choose between the People's National Party and the Jamaica Labour Party. What I read is that there are 29 parties that are actually going to be appearing on the different ballots throughout Germany. Of course, it varies depending on where in Germany and which electoral, this German words and translate into English. The fact that there are so many political parties already makes it a bit crazy. You kind of have these political parties that are kind of representing the political spectrum, and then you also have some parties that they're just there for the fun of it. And it's crazy, for example, this political party, they just make a joke of everything. And then when you go to vote, you have two votes. First, you vote based on the candidates that are in the electoral... What's the translation for this? Wahlbezirk. You have the candidates that are from the electoral district that you're voting for. And the second vote is for the political parties. That will determine, for example, how the different political parties are represented in Bundestag. I do find that to be really cool though, like how you have these two different votes and the impact that they have on the political representation in Germany. I moved to Germany in the beginning of 2017, and in that year, in September 2017, there was a federal election. The thing that got me interested in German politics was hearing Jamaica being mentioned like every single day. Leading up to the election and after the election, it was Jamaica, 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 Jamaica. Why are these people talking about Jamaica? What is happening in Jamaica? After the elections are done, then usually parties have to build a coalition so that they can have the majority in the Bundestag. Based on the colors of the party, then they give names to some of these coalitions. So the Jamaica coalition would be the party that contains the colors black, green, and gold. And so that's the reason that Jamaica was constantly being mentioned in the news. It's kind of also cool though that if you ask just like pretty much any random German, what are the colors of the Jamaican flag, they could possibly tell you. I find it also kind of cool that there's always kind of this connection with Jamaica and Germany. Kind of cool. There's not real Jamaican tales. Growing up in Jamaica and constantly being bombarded by, these statements that, oh, in these first world countries, things are much better, especially when you look at the political happenings in these places. Moving to Germany, living here, experiencing how things operate, reading about what's happening politically and stuff, sometimes I recognize that there's not necessarily much of a big difference. In the end, it's people. They're going to act based on their interests. Depending on the country, they can get away with certain things in other countries they might not get away with it, but it's kind of like representative of just how people are. You know, they're in it sometimes for their own win. Even in Germany, you have corruption. Even in Germany, you have, you know, the typical situation of politicians making promises and not keeping them, or things not working the way that they should. You know, people that are forgotten about or mistreated. All of those things are there. Yeah, it's been really eye-opening to be living here and to also see the political climate, not only in Germany, but also considering EU. One particular thing that has been on my mind over the past couple years, because this is not just something new for this election that's coming up, but even in the other election, the state elections that have happened, these far-right parties and this far-right approach to politics seems to be becoming very, very popular in Germany. When you look at the history of Germany, you would think a country like this, you know, should be probably one of the countries that's most averse to that type of attitude. From these far-right parties, the things that they say and the things that they want for Germany, the future of Germany, and not just those parties, but also other parties that should be, you know, more center, more left, their approach and how they somehow just regurgitate what these other parties are saying, it creates a very, very worrying environment. If you were supposed to ask me right now who I want to vote for or who am I going to vote for on Sunday, I can't give you an answer. I really don't know, because even though I've been like collecting all this information and just kind of paying attention to what's happening and what some of these politicians are saying, the problem I have is like some of these parties, there's not really a clear distinction about what they stand for and what they're trying to accomplish. Of course, it goes much deeper than that. Like, they have their own programs that they've prepared in terms of what they plan to accomplish, the values that they stand for, where they stand politically, and all those different things. Until Sunday, I'm definitely going to spend some time diving into what some of these parties stand for. Of course, I'm not going to sit and read through all of them, but at least to get an idea of what they plan to do. And thankfully, there are also these online tools that you can use. For example, there is Valomat. You answer some questions and it tells you, for example, which political parties do your views and so on align with. But I'm definitely looking forward to the experience to actually vote, because I've never done this before. Not even in Jamaica, I didn't vote, because the first election I was just young and I was like, I'm not interested, because two-party system, yeah, it's already settled. And then the following elections, I was away in Germany, and I'm really intrigued to see what's gonna happen, what the results are gonna say, in which direction this country is gonna go politically and eventually economically and all those other areas. I'm just hoping it will be a positive direction in the end, and that this far-right approach to stuff will not be rewarded as it has been rewarded in some of these state elections over the past couple of years. Looking forward to this experience, and you guys can look out for that video where I talk about it in detail. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching the video, and see you in the next Jamaican Tales video.